Blue whale. Blue whales are the largest animals ever to live on Earth. Not even the biggest dinosaurs came close. Adults can grow over 30 meters long and weigh more than 100 tons. Yet despite that incredible size, they don't hunt giant prey. Instead, they feed almost entirely on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. During feeding season, a single blue whale can consume several tons of krill every day. Rather than using teeth, blue whales feed with enormous baleen plates hanging from their upper jaws. They take in huge mouthfuls of seawater, then force the water back out, while the baleen traps thousands of tiny prey inside. It's one of the most efficient feeding systems in the animal kingdom. Blue whales are found in every major ocean. Each year they travel thousands of kilometers between feeding and breeding grounds following migration routes that have existed for generations. Their long, streamlined bodies are perfectly designed for these endless journeys across open water. Despite their enormous size, blue whales are surprisingly graceful swimmers. They also produce some of the deepest and loudest sounds ever recorded from a living animal. Many of their calls are so low that humans can't even hear them without special equipment. Under the right conditions, those sounds can travel for hundreds of kilometers through the ocean, allowing whales separated by vast distances to stay connected. But being the largest animal on Earth couldn't protect them from humans. During the 20th century, commercial whaling devastated blue whale populations. Their enormous size made them one of the industry's most valuable targets. International protections eventually brought commercial hunting to an end, and some populations have slowly recovered. Even today, however, blue whales remain endangered in many parts of the world, making every encounter with the largest animal in Earth's history an extraordinary sight. Narwhal. Narwhals are often called the unicorns of the sea. The name comes from one extraordinary feature, a long spiral tusk that extends from the heads of many adult males. For centuries, people believed these tusks belonged to mythical unicorns. In medieval Europe, narwhal tusks were even sold as magical unicorn horns. In reality, the tusk is something even more surprising. It's actually a single elongated tooth that can grow several meters long. Scientists have discovered millions of tiny nerve endings inside it. Those nerves may help narwhals detect changes in water temperature, pressure, and even the saltiness of the ocean. Male narwhals are sometimes seen gently crossing their tusks. Unlike a fight, these encounters are slow and deliberate. Researchers are still trying to understand exactly what this behavior means. Narwhals spend nearly their entire lives in the Arctic. They inhabit the icy waters around Canada, Greenland, and the Russian Arctic. Much of their time is spent beneath drifting sea ice, where they make deep dives in search of fish and squid. Compared with dolphins or humpback whales, narwhals are quiet and rarely seen. Much of their lives unfold beneath frozen seas, far from places humans can easily explore. Their mottled gray skin blends naturally into the shifting light beneath the ice, making them even harder to spot. Today, climate change is rapidly transforming the Arctic. As sea ice disappears, migration routes are changing, and orcas are moving farther north in search of prey. Even after centuries of exploration, narwhals remain one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. Much of what they do beneath the ice is still hidden from human eyes. Humpback whale. Humpback whales are among the easiest whales to recognize. Their long white flippers, massive tails, and spectacular surface displays make them unforgettable. One behavior has made them famous around the world: breaching. A full-grown humpback can launch most of its body completely out of the ocean before crashing back into the water with incredible force. Scientists still don't know exactly why they do this. It may help them communicate, remove parasites, or strengthen social bonds. Whatever the reason, it's one of the ocean's most dramatic sights. Humpbacks are also some of the greatest travelers on Earth. Every year, they migrate thousands of kilometers between cold polar feeding grounds and warm tropical breeding waters. During the summer, they feast on krill and small fish in nutrient-rich seas. When winter arrives, they head toward warmer waters where mothers give birth to their calves. Another remarkable feature is their song. Male humpbacks produce long, complex vocal performances that can continue for hours. Even more surprisingly, those songs slowly change over time. Entire whale populations can gradually adopt the same new version, almost like musicians learning a new melody together. Humpbacks are also masters of teamwork. In some parts of the world, they use a hunting strategy known as bubble net feeding. Several whales dive beneath a school of fish while releasing spirals of bubbles. The bubbles create a shrinking underwater wall, trapping the fish in the center. Then the whales surge upward together with their mouths wide open, capturing thousands of fish in a single coordinated attack. Commercial whaling, once pushed humpback whales toward the brink of collapse. Fortunately, international protections helped many populations recover, making humpbacks one of the greatest conservation success stories in the ocean. Today, they are among the most frequently spotted whales, giving millions of people the chance to witness one of nature's most spectacular marine giants. Bowhead whale. Bowhead whales are perfectly adapted for life in the Arctic. Few whales can survive where the ocean is covered by thick sea ice. Bowheads can. Their enormous skulls are powerful enough to break through solid ice, allowing them to reach the surface and breathe even in frozen seas. They're also equipped with the longest baleen plates of any living whale. These giant filters allow them to strain countless tiny crustaceans from the cold Arctic waters. Surviving in such an extreme environment requires more than strength. Bowhead whales carry one of the thickest layers of blubber found in any marine mammal. Their rounded bodies also lack a dorsal fin, reducing heat loss while swimming beneath the ice. But perhaps their most astonishing feature is their lifespan. Some bowhead whales live for more than 200 years. That makes them among the longest living mammals ever discovered. Scientists confirmed these remarkable ages after finding centuries-old hunting weapons still embedded in the bodies of living whales. Those whales had survived encounters that happened long before modern technology even existed. Like many great whales, bowheads were once heavily hunted during the commercial whaling era. Their slow movements and predictable habitat made them easy targets, pushing several populations close to extinction. Fortunately, international protections have allowed some populations to recover. Even today, bowhead whales continue roaming the frozen Arctic, living quiet lives beneath the ice, just as they have for thousands of years. They remain one of nature's greatest survivors, and one of the oldest living witnesses to Earth's changing oceans. Sperm whale. Sperm whales are the largest toothed predators on Earth. Their appearance is impossible to mistake. An enormous rectangular head can make up nearly 1/3 of the entire body. Hidden inside that massive head is the spermaceti organ. For centuries, no one understood what it was for. Today, scientists believe it plays an important role in sound production, buoyancy, and one of the most advanced echolocation systems in the animal kingdom. Sperm whales spend much of their lives far below the surface. They are among the deepest diving marine mammals on Earth. Some dives last for more than an hour, reaching depths where sunlight never penetrates. In that endless darkness, they hunt squid, including giant squid, capable of putting up a fierce fight. Many sperm whales carry circular scars across their bodies, left behind by the powerful tentacles of their prey. Unlike baleen whales that simply filter food from seawater, sperm whales are active hunters. They navigate by producing powerful clicks that travel through the deep ocean. When those sound waves bounce back, they reveal fish, squid, and everything hidden in the darkness. These clicks are so powerful that they rank among the loudest biological sounds ever recorded. Life above the surface looks very different. Females remain together in close family groups, raising calves and protecting one another. Adult males usually leave those groups as they mature. They spend years traveling alone across colder oceans, growing much larger than the females. Humans have hunted sperm whales for centuries. The valuable oil inside the spermaceti organ was once used in lamps, candles, and many industrial products. That era of whaling also inspired one of the world's most famous sea novels, Moby Dick. Today, sperm whales continue exploring one of the least understood places on Earth, reminding us that much of the deep ocean still remains a mystery. Orca. The orca, better known as the killer whale, isn't actually a whale at all. It is the largest member of the dolphin family. Its bold black and white coloring makes it one of the most recognizable animals in the ocean. But what truly sets an orca apart isn't its appearance. It's its intelligence. Orcas live in close family groups called pods. Many stay with the same family for their entire lives, forming some of the strongest social bonds found in the animal kingdom. They can be found in every major ocean, from the freezing Arctic to warm tropical coastlines. Not every orca hunts the same way. Some populations feed almost entirely on fish. Others specialize in seals, sea lions, sharks, rays, or even whales much larger than themselves. These hunting techniques aren't instinctive. Young orcas learn them by watching older family members. That knowledge is passed from one generation to the next, almost like culture in human societies. Their teamwork is equally impressive. In polar waters, groups work together to create waves powerful enough to wash seals off floating ice. Elsewhere, they herd schools of fish into tight bait balls before striking at exactly the right moment. Some orcas have even learned to hunt sharks by flipping them upside down, placing them into a temporary state of paralysis. Communication is just as important as hunting. Each pod develops its own unique calls and vocal patterns. Scientists often compare these differences to regional dialects in human language. Mothers guide their calves for years, teaching them the skills they need to survive. For decades, orcas became famous through marine parks around the world. But their intelligence and complex family relationships have also fueled growing debate about keeping them in captivity. Despite the name killer whale, attacks on humans in the wild are extremely rare. Most encounters reveal curious, highly intelligent animals that navigate the ocean with remarkable precision and cooperation. Gray whale. Gray whales undertake one of the longest migrations of any mammal on Earth. Every year they travel thousands of kilometers between Arctic feeding grounds and warm breeding lagoons along the Pacific coast. Generation after generation, they return to the same migration routes, making one of nature's greatest annual journeys. Unlike most baleen whales, gray whales feed in a completely different way. Instead of chasing schools of fish or clouds of krill, they search for food on the seafloor. Rolling onto one side, they scoop up huge mouthfuls of mud and sediment. Then they filter out worms, tiny crustaceans, and other small animals hidden beneath the sand. Their unusual feeding behavior often leaves long trails across the ocean floor. Gray whales are also easy to recognize by their appearance. Rather than having smooth skin, their bodies are covered with scars, barnacles, and whale lice, collected over decades of ocean travel. The result is a rough, weathered look that tells the story of a lifetime spent crossing coastal waters. Like many great whales, gray whales were heavily hunted during the 19th century. Breeding lagoons became easy targets for commercial whalers, and some populations declined dramatically. Conservation efforts later helped several groups recover, although others remain critically endangered today. Gray whales are also known for their surprisingly calm behavior around people. In places like Baja California, mothers sometimes approach boats with their calves, allowing rare and unforgettable encounters. Those peaceful interactions have made gray whales one of the world's most beloved species for whale watching. Beluga whale. Beluga whales may be smaller than many other whales, but they're among the easiest to recognize. Their bright white bodies and rounded foreheads stand out against the icy waters of the Arctic. They also have some of the most expressive faces in the ocean. Unlike most whales, belugas have flexible necks. Instead of turning only their bodies, they can move their heads from side to side. That extra flexibility helps them navigate through sea ice and shallow coastal waters. Belugas are also famous for their voices. They produce an incredible variety of whistles, chirps, clicks, and squeals. Those sounds have earned them the nickname the canaries of the sea. Belugas are highly social animals. They usually travel in family groups, but during seasonal migrations, hundreds can gather together in sheltered bays and river estuaries. Newborn belugas don't start out white. Calves are born gray or brown and slowly develop their bright white color as they grow older. Like many toothed whales, belugas depend heavily on echolocation. In the cloudy waters of the Arctic, sound becomes far more reliable than sight. It helps them navigate, avoid obstacles, and locate fish, crustaceans, and other small prey hidden below the surface. For thousands of years, belugas have played an important role in the lives of indigenous Arctic communities. Generations of hunters carefully followed their seasonal movements, making them an important part of northern coastal life. Today, however, the Arctic is changing faster than ever. Shrinking sea ice, increasing ship traffic, and underwater noise are transforming the habitat belugas depend on. Even so, watching a pod of white belugas glide silently beneath broken sea ice remains one of the most unforgettable sights in the Northern Ocean. If you enjoyed learning about these incredible whale species, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more wildlife documentaries. And let us know in the comments, which whale surprised you the most, and which amazing marine animal should we explore next?